America's Court with Judge Ross.
I went away for the summer and I had asked my friend Jennifer to watch my place, and she decided to open up a bed and breakfast.
So I didn't have a restaurant any longer to work out of, and I said this would be a great opportunity for me to start my business and make a name for myself.
She should own a bed and breakfast, but I never said it should be in my home.
She said before she left it was fine.
She advertised
anyway.
my bedroom as the honeymoon suite.
I don't say this as a judge. You're an idiot.
The whole purpose behind law is right wrong. I want justice to be something that isn't this foreign concept.
Justice knows no boundaries. The truth will be heard. Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Carla Atkins says her former friend converted her house into a bed and breakfast without her permission while she was out of town. She says her house was destroyed. She's suing for $15,000. Jennifer Hamilton says the plaintiff agreed that she should convert the home into a bed and breakfast. She says there were minor damages, but that she's already paid for the repairs.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. All right, this is a case involving Carla Atkins. Ms. Atkins, I understand you're suing Jennifer Hamilton for $15,000 over damages to your home and monies that were made from your home. Is that correct?
That's right, Your Honor.
Ms. Atkins, what happened here?
Your Honor, I went away for the summer and I had asked my friend Jennifer to watch my place, just watch over it to make sure that it was safe for the summer. And she decided to open up a bed and breakfast there. I mean...
In your home?
In my home. And we had discussed that she should own a bed and breakfast, but I never said that it should be in my home.
Okay.
No, we discussed that it would be your home.
No.
I wouldn't just start
Now, Ms.
something in your
Hamilton,
home.
wouldn't someone know if they had a discussion about turning their private residence into a bed and
Which
breakfast?
is why I think this is so ridiculous that she's got me in court. We had this conversation before she even went away. I talked to her about this, and she said she was going to discuss it with her husband. We all talked about it. She said yes.
No, you never talked to my husband about it.
My home would be a great place with a bed and for a bed and breakfast.
So, Ms., you're not denying that you utilized Ms. Atkins' home?
Oh, no, I'm not denying it. She said it was fine. She asked me.
Now, wait, when all this was going on
Mm-hmm.
in terms of turning this home into a bed and breakfast, where were you?
Well, I was in Europe for the summer. I was researching for my lessons and for teaching for the next school year.
So you're a professor?
I'm a professor. I'm an art history professor.
And how big is your home?
It's a 6-bedroom colonial home. You can see a picture of it right here.
Let's take a look at it. So you have a 6-bedroom colonial home. And how long have you had the home, ma'am?
I've had it for about 10 years now.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wow.
I've put a lot of work into this home. I've restored it completely. I've restored vintage doorknobs and latches.
Which is why we said it would be perfect for a bed and breakfast.
So this home, I mean, it's huge. Do you have a big family?
No, not yet.
So it's just you and your...
It's me and my husband, yes.
But you have the 6-bedroom house.
Yes, and it's my dream home. This is something that both me and my husband have worked so hard.
Now, how do you know Miss Hamilton? How did the two of you come in contact?
About 7 years ago, I went to a restaurant where she was working.
Yeah, and she asked if she could,
and the food was so good. The food was so delicious.
Were you the owner of the restaurant?
And it turns
No,
out
I was actually
she was
the head chef at the restaurant at the time.
Oh, so you're a chef?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
And a very good one.
Okay, so she's a good...
Very, very good chef. I will never deny that fact. However, I think that her behavior, as far as using my home without letting me know, behind my back,
See, this
was
whole
deceitful.
not letting her know thing is just, once again, ridiculous. We talked about it. I even sent her emails. I have emails right here where we discussed me using her home.
So it was your understanding that while Miss Atkins was gone, Miss Atkins, listen to me.
Sorry.
It's your understanding that while her and her husband were in Europe, that you could have full possession of the property.
She asked me to house sit while she went away.
Is that true, ma'am?
That is true.
And when she asked me to house sit, I said this will be a great opportunity for me to start my business because I was no longer working for the restaurant.
Well, where were you living?
I have an apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an apartment, and I was living in my apartment, but I was doing catering, on-site catering. So I didn't have a restaurant any longer to work out of, and I said this will be a great opportunity for me to start my business and make a name for myself as a caterer, chef, etc. Because working for a restaurant, you know, it's a little different.
Okay.
So when she asked me to house sit, I said this is a great opportunity, and we once again discussed it before she left for Europe, and we said
I would discuss it with my husband.
So
we said
was there ever a conversation in person with you, Mrs. Atkins, and Mr. Atkins?
No, there was a conversation in person with me and Mrs. Atkins.
And what did she say in terms of the conversation that she had with her husband about turning her home into a bed and breakfast?
She said before she left, it was fine. Before she left, she said that is a great idea. You're a great chef. This would be something wonderful to do.
And so how was it going to break down in terms of you're using her home, and did you have individuals come to the home throughout the summer?
Yes.
And how many bedrooms did they use?
5 out of the 6 rooms. I slept in the 6th room, which was her room. It was billed as the honeymoon suite.
You slept in her bed?
Yes,
she slept in my bed. Not only that, but she advertised
anyway.
my bedroom as the honeymoon suite.
When America's Court returns.
How much did you earn in profit?
$9,500 in profit.
And how much of that did you give to the Atkins?
Nothing.
And later on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Everyone loves your home. How does this establish that she knew that you were using this as a bed and breakfast?
How does it not? I just said everybody. I said everyone. If you once again, it says everyone is enjoying your home. Who does she think everyone is?
Closed captioning provided by. We're back with the case of Carla Atkins, who is suing her former friend Jennifer Hamilton for property damage sustained to her home.
Did you advertise her bedroom with her and her husband as the honeymoon suite?
I advertised it as the honeymoon suite, but because of the price that I assessed to it, I did not have any takers. So the house was full, rooms 1 through, I had people in all 5 other rooms, but I needed to stay somewhere in the house as well. So I decided to stay in her room. I figured we've been friends for, 7, 8 years. It's easier for me to stay in her room, and it wouldn't be as much of a violation than have strangers staying there.
And throughout the whole summer, you had
3 months.
For 3 months, it was full.
It wasn't full. It wasn't full. I've got here, I had May, June, and July. The month of July, they came back. So I only had 3 weeks in July where I had people stay.
And people were paying, and you were making
paid.
a profit off of that.
For the last week
they
of
were
July.
paying.
How much did you earn in profit?
I earned in profit, take home was $9,500 in profit.
And how much of that did you give to the Atkins?
Nothing. We hadn't discussed anything. See, when this all came down, she decided
You're
to
using
sue
her
me
house.
We didn't even have a chance to discuss it because she went right in sue mode. Went right into taking me to court because she can't.
You can't blame me for that.
Miss Atkins,
I can. We never
I got this.
Excuse me.
When
you have someone's house,
we didn't even have
and you're
a
making
chance.
Profit.
Correct.
So every month you
had every intention of sharing money with her. Every intention. She didn't even give us a chance.
Have you given the Atkins any money?
No. Once she sued me and I got the court papers, I didn't discuss anything with her any further. I said, that's fine. If you want to take it to this level, you don't even want to talk to me as a friend. I was upset. Just as upset as she is and she thinks I violated her home, I was upset that she didn't come to me as a friend and say, look, let's discuss this. This is what I say you did to my home. This is what I say I did to her home. And let's come to an agreement and discuss it.
She said, you just indicated what was done to the home. Was
Correct.
there anything that ended up happening in the home?
Yes.
There was destroyed property.
It wasn't destroyed.
There were latches
it was damaged,
that were destroyed. Vintage latches that I spent.
So now we're parsing words here. There was damage done to the property.
Yes.
There was damage done to the property.
You're not disagreeing.
No, I replaced the damage that was done. I had a handyman fix it. I took care of everything to the best of my ability.
Not only did she damage the property,
now let me hear from Ms. Atkins.
She painted over my walnut wainscoting. She painted over it with white paint. Now I have to have all of that removed.
Her natural wood, what's it, the banister? Let me see
This
that.
is the wainscoting in my
molding.
lavender
She had a
room.
lavender room. And lavender and white is a beautiful and calming combination. So the room was lavender, and I took the molding and I painted white over the molding to enhance the lavender color
painting over my wainscoting.
It was
you
one
painted
room.
over something without getting her permission first?
Yeah, it was one room. But look
And
how
somehow
nice
that's
it looks.
okay.
Stop.
Somehow that's perfectly fine.
I'm just making sure that I'm hearing you correctly.
You're hearing me correctly.
Okay.
You're hearing me correctly.
I wanted to make sure.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought it made the house look beautiful. And once again, to me, it was an enhancement.
Got it.
Well, if I'd wanted it white, I would have painted it white
Atkins,
myself.
what other enhancements did she do to the house?
Well, one major enhancement was I had a beautiful braided rug, a $3,000 braided rug. And I guess at some point, some of her guests that came over, they had a dog.
That's true.
You allowed pets in the house?
I do not allow pets in my house.
They had already
my
came
husband
to town.
is allergic to dog dander.
Stop. Did you ask them whether or not it was okay to have pets in the house?
No.
What is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. People have small pets in homes all the time. So I didn't think anything of it. It was a small pet. It was a small dog, like a little toy poodle.
It left an awfully big stain on my rug.
Didn't think that it would be much of an issue. And once again,
Did the dog leave some sort of stain
He did.
on
I acknowledged
her rug?
that. And I went and purchased another rug to replace the rug that she had in her home.
She purchased a $50 synthetic rug.
It was not a $50 synthetic rug.
How much did it cost?
It cost me $350 for that rug.
But
I spent $3,000 on that rug.
Once again, I didn't know it was a $3,000 rug. I replaced it to the
best
best of my ability. Once again, while she was gone and we had this communication, when she came back, she didn't give us an opportunity to discuss this. This is the first time she and I have even talked about anything that's
because I was so angry at you for what you did.
If you're friends, you're supposed to discuss it.
I just have one question. What planet are you from?
I'm from this planet. I don't see the big deal on most of this.
See it.
I don't see the big deal.
Listen to me. See it. It is a big deal.
When America's Court returns.
You know, I don't say this as a judge because it's just, I find it very distasteful, but I can't help it. You're an idiot.
Closed captioning provided by. We're back with the case of Carla Atkins, who is suing her former friend Jennifer Hamilton for property damage sustained to her home.
Did you get anything with respect to a list of the items that were destroyed? You mentioned the rug. Was there anything else that was damaged, ma'am?
Yes, there were window shades that were damaged. There were window latches, crown molding, like I said, and the rug. Not only that, but like she said, I never saw one penny of the profits.
Let me see that.
And I think that I'm entitled to some of the profits.
I have receipts that shows I replaced the window latches. I had a handyman come and fix everything. I do have a receipt for the rug. I have receipts for this stuff. So
braided
it's not
rug,
like I just let it go.
Hardware, $500. Oh, this is vintage items. So
these are
nothing
vintage
that you could
items that I spent so long on eBay, at auction houses, looking for these items. I spent so much money and so much time. Like I said, this was my dream home. Mine and my husband's. We've worked so hard for this.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Hamilton?
I have receipts that shows that I replaced the latches that she's referring to.
Did you go to these vintage places that Miss Atkins went and got these items?
No. There is a hardware store that's a local hardware store in the area. I did go there and I matched them up just as best possible.
How did you find out, Miss Atkins, that all this was going on?
Well, I came home from my vacation, and no sooner did I drop my bags when someone knocked on my door expecting to stay in the honeymoon suite.
Miss Atkins, and no one put you on notice the whole time throughout the whole summer? You never knew this was going on?
No, she was.
She did know what's going on because I sent her
that you were
emails.
there.
I don't
but
need
you never.
Don't
I was
speak.
there.
I don't want you to say anything else. So, all right, based on the testimony that I've heard and the outrageous testimony, I just have never seen someone have that much gall.
She said I could do it. This is the part that I don't understand.
So in your world, all of your actions were completely reasonable and legitimate.
Correct.
Okay. You are stunningly misinformed.
So
the gavel is going to come down in favor of the plaintiff in this case for the amount of $15,000. That is the order. No, you're ridiculous, ma'am.
That's ridiculous.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $15,000. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross.
I feel very happy about the verdict, although I think it's very unfortunate that our friendship had to end this way.
I completely and absolutely would not have done this if I thought she would have said no.